You cannot throw a stone in Los Angeles without skipping it off of one struggling actor and hitting 2 or 3 others. Had you thrown such a stone in the summer of 2006, 21-year-old Dan Schrack may have been among the victims. Dan had moved from New York a year earlier, looking to try his hand at struggling. The most notable acting experience on his resume to that point was a spot in a Toys R Us commercial.
Furby? Furby?
They're all Furbies.
No one understands being a kid
Furby?
better than Toys R Us. That's why when it comes
According to an Esquire magazine article from 2006, Schrack tried to squeeze in so many auditions that he didn't have time to properly research the roles. This was certainly the case with the role he auditioned for on a sunny September morning in the Burbank studios of NBC. It was a role for which Dan was hired. After a meeting with Dateline's producers, Dan Schrack signed a contract, $5,000 per shoot, with each shoot lasting 3 to 4 days. Dan Schrack was to play the part of a teenage boy on NBC's news magazine Dateline. Dan was aware of Dateline and he figured the role would involve reenacting a crime, which was a common feature in such shows. However, there would be no reenactment involved. Dan soon learned about Dateline's To Catch a Predator and how the stings worked. He would play a pivotal role in the arrest of men seeking a young teen, seeking Dan for sex.
Here, let me get you a drink. You thirsty? No? Can I pour one for myself? You mind? No? All right. So what do you think we should start with?
What are you thinking?
I don't know. It's up to you. How you doing, Stanley? Doing good?
Life goes on here, day after day. I don't know if I am living or if I'm supposed to be. Sometimes
I got those other pictures, and let me tell you.
Our investigation is about to take a disturbing turn. A decoy is hit on by someone you'd never dream could be involved in trying to have sex with a young teen.
Assistant District Attorney for Kaufman County, using fake pics.
We've had doctors, teachers,
Teach school. I'm in education. I'm a teacher.
Some of what you will see and hear is explicit.
I can't surprise.
Don't mess with Murphy. Get on ground. Man, the police! Police department, get on the ground!
lost in a romance.
Get on your back!
Wilderness of pain.
But here in Murphy, Texas, just outside of Dallas, this is the first time we've come across an assistant district attorney.
One man, one very prominent man, Dateline thought it had caught, did not show up.
56-year-old Louis William Conrad Jr. is a prosecutor in a neighboring county.
I mean, how juicy of a story is that?
Dateline tracked Conrad's allegedly lewd behavior for several weeks.
Whatever you'd like to do.
He's been chatting on the phone with an actor hired by Dateline and online with a decoy from Perverted Justice. And there's little doubt about what's on his mind.
He sent penis pictures.
Frag from Perverted Justice alerts police.
He got pretty sexual on the phone and it's recorded. We're chatting with him right now.
But by the final day of taping at the Sting House, Conrad had still failed to show up.
Hello?
Hey, is this Will?
Yeah.
Hey, Will, this is Luke. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
And Dateline had one of its actors, using the name Luke, call Conrad 3 different times to get him to walk into the trap.
Did you leave yet?
No.
You didn't leave yet?
No.
Are you going to come or not?
Yes, I shall.
Conrad pretended to be 19 years old, talking to an actor who was pretending to be 13 years old.
Well, when are you going to come over?
Well, a little later.
Just how graphic were the prosecutor's conversations? Remember, he pretended to be this 19-year-old. In his chat with the perverted Justice Decoy, he talked about wanting to watch the boy masturbate and holding each other and feeling all over. He sent pornographic pictures.
Maybe we could take some pictures of ourselves.
He also had a phone conversation with this decoy, during which he asked if they were going to have sex and agreed to bring condoms.
He wants me to call him back.
But Conrad did not take the bait, and the decision was made to go get him at his home in the nearby town of Terrell. The first time Dateline, in its 11 Catch a Predator episodes, had gone to a suspect's home. It was a decision that would lead to Bill Conrad's death.
But nobody's left the residence on the
No.
Okay.
Police first knock at the door, with cameras recording it all, but there is no answer.
You know, I guess we called him this morning on a fake call. We got the number. Somebody else call in there and try and talk him out. Did he answer? You got it wrong on the thing, sir?
972 524 2849.
We really hoped, as they knocked on the door, that Mr. Conrad would peer out through the peephole, through a window or whatever, and he would see a face that he would recognize, and that he would easily open the door and talk, and then we could approach at that time and say, this is why we're here.
But Conrad never comes to the door. The police, however, can tell that he's inside. They can see a TV and a computer are both on.
Finally, a SWAT team from the Terrell Police Department is sent in to break down the door of Conrad's house. The police later claiming they were concerned he might destroy evidence on his computer.
Then we hear a faint crack as the officers force their way in.
What are you seeing? I see. How do you feel? I feel real phony when my name is Bill.
They either came this way or they came through the
Conrad's
kitchen.
sister Patricia showed 2020 where police broke in and then headed down a hallway to the bedroom where her brother was waiting for police with a gun in his hand.
They come in, they see him, he says, guys, I'm not going to hurt anybody. And then he put the gun to his head and shot.
Life goes on here, day after day.
Police called in a helicopter for the critically injured suspect, but William Conrad died shortly after the helicopter landed at a Dallas hospital.
Dan Schrack would soon question his role in the events leading up to the suicide of William Louis Conrad. He began to wonder if he somehow shared the responsibility for the man's death. After contemplating his part in the tragedy, he would decide that portraying a character can be too real. Dan was at a crossroad. Was this the sort of career he wanted to pursue? A job where ratings matter above all else?
Hey, this is Will. Hey, Will, it's the blue car. Did you leave yet? You didn't leave yet? Are you gonna come or not? Well, when are you gonna come over?
And if you wanna count me out.
In 2008, following the death of Tim Russert, the Buffalo Broadcasters Association established the Tim Russert Medal of Merit to honor and encourage the best young broadcast journalists, just as Tim Russert did during his professional life. This year's recipient, Dan Schrack of Niagara County Community College, turned an internship into employment at WIVB-TV. Dan personifies the criteria of the Russert Award and plans to return to school this fall to pursue his degree in public communications while continuing his work in the WIVB News Department.
Dan Schrack was one of the most energetic, personable interns I've had the pleasure to mentor. And, you know, I think he's really worked out. I think he can go in a number of different directions. Just a pleasure to be around and a truly hard worker.
It's with great pleasure that the Buffalo Broadcasters Association presents the 8th Annual Tim Russert Medal of Merit Scholarship Award for 2015 to Dan Schrack of Niagara County Community College.
Well, drivers across upstate New York have been taking to the road today for the first full day of ride sharing.
And while the service is picking up speed in major cities, right here in the southern tier, it's off to a slow start. WENY's Dan Schrack took to the front seat to test out the experience firsthand.
After my first pickup failed, I was off to the airport. That's when things started to get dark.
It's gonna take time, a whole lot of precious time. It's gonna take patience.
Day one, at least for this Uber driver, was not a success. But that doesn't mean things won't pick up during different times of the day or a couple of weeks down the ride-sharing road. For now, reporting in Horseheads, Dan Schrack, WENY News.
It's gonna take patience and time to do it, 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 to do it right, child.
I owe thanks to 3,000 of you for sure. We hit that milestone, friends. That came up fast. I feel like we just hit 2K. Well, I can thank 33 of you by name, my precious patrons.
Dummy Data, Kelp Pill, Tech Rex 71, Cat G, Westmost, Michael's TCAP Channel, Ramiro San, M1A, TCAP Recipes, Aerodo, Graham, Dr. K, Tiffany Lockhart, Amanda James, Joey's TCAP Channel, Michelle Simpson, Uriel Gray, Moody Booty, The Lorne Identity, Nathan Ramon, I'm Just Being Honest, Rhoda's Chewed Tootsie, Saul, Claudette, Many Syllables, Patrick TCAP Ireland, Twink Toilets Friends Mom's Cancer, C&J Deb, Julie, After Supper Biscuit, Callie Lady, Molly, and the one who I always make it vital to give a different title, Gooey Who.
Thanks a million to the remaining 2,967 of you. That is a crazy number. I really appreciate you all. Even when we hit 4K, 5K, 10K, you will always be in that original 3,000. See you next time. Bye.